everybody, welcome to my Flosstube channel. My name is Crystal Rowe and this is Flosstube number 49. And I just realized that it is kind of my 2-year Flosstube anniversary because today's the 27th and I think my first one was the 29th of 2020. So, yay! 2-year anniversary. I feel like someone else is having that too. I think maybe Olivia is having the 1-year anniversary. Olivia, Southern Yankee Stitcher. Okay, so first thing I'm noticing is everything looks different. I hope the quality is okay. I've had some phone issues. I'll get into more of that later. My hair is blonde again. L'Oreal preference. Bleached it. I have a lot of red undertones and I've used the toner, but yeah, because I had that red, it's gonna be a little yellowish, orangish. Alright, but you're not here for that. You're here for stitching, and I'm gonna be telling you what's been going on. So I think I don't normally do my life update at the end. I normally do it in the beginning, but I wanted to talk about our trip to Charleston. So I'll just say we did take a two-day trip, well, 2 nights, 3-day trip to Charleston, South Carolina, which is about 3 hours from us. And we had a great time, and I will just talk about that at the end of the video. The other big life update is that Parker started middle school. So he started last week. Today's Tuesday. He started last Thursday. Yeah, today's Tuesday. He started last Thursday, which is why, a big reason why I didn't get a Flosstube film last week is because my routine is different. Which you would think, hey, he's back in school, you have more time. No, it never works out that way. Whether he's home or not home, it doesn't really affect me that way. So he's getting into a new routine, I'm getting a new routine, and I hear one of my dogs trying to get to something. Oh, no. Okay. This big boy got into something he shouldn't have got into. So, I don't know how long he's going to be sitting here with me. This is Mose, M-O-S-E. He's named after Mose from The Office. That was Mike, because right before we got him, Mike, I've been an Office fan for years, well, since it first came on, but Mike had just binged it for the first time, so he wanted to name him Mo. So anyway, alright, so let's get started. Yeah, anyway, Parker's back at school, and okay, so he started 6th grade, and I'll just say this, he had a great morning this morning. So the beginning, I mean, it's just the change, it's a massive change from 5th grade elementary school to 6th grade middle school. Massive change for him. So there's a lot of things to work through. They are, I mean, a lot of accommodations, figuring out what's going to work for him. He's had lunch in 3 different places because they're trying to find him a quiet spot, but still trying to encourage him to socialize. So yeah, we're working on it. He had a great morning this morning, so I feel like that's lifted my spirits because I'm not as stressed out. So, alright, on to the stitching. The first thing I want to talk about, because I'm super excited to share it with you, is I am, I guess you would say, a rep for Staceys Stitches now. And Stacey is sponsoring a monthly giveaway for my channel, and this is the giveaway for July. It is the end of July, but I'm down to about 2 videos a month, so it's just the way it's going to be for right now. So Stacey has generously provided me with a pattern of my choice, and then she is giving away a copy for one of my viewers. So the pattern that I chose this time, I'm so excited, is Luminous Fiber Arts Cat-O Lantern. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. Look at that border. I love it. The mouse, the cat, the little, I think that's an Ohio Star quilt block, and it is so cute. So, even, you know, a lot of times charts don't do, pictures don't do the charts justice, but, like, this is a great picture. That makes me so excited to stitch it. So, if you would like to enter the giveaway, I don't usually go over these rules, but it's been a while, so let's go over them. You must be 18 for me to legally get your information. You please be a subscriber. I'm not going to check. I do good to just get through the day. I'm not going to stalk your YouTube subscriptions. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but yeah, I won't be doing that. But please be nice and subscribe. It does support my channel. If you like the video, that just helps boost my channel again, so I would appreciate a like. And yeah, so this is open. Stacey has generously offered to be international as well as within the U.S. And so I will draw for that in my next Flosstube. So the word is Halloween. So just use the word Halloween in your comment. You can make something up, or you can just write the word Halloween. I'm just going to search for that one word. So good luck. I'm excited for y'all, and I'm so thankful that Stacey is doing this. Now, on to some other exciting stuff with Stacey. Stacey's website is called Stacy Stitches Creative Studio, and I'm going to insert a little thing here like I did last time of me kind of looking at the website, because I hopefully will get this edited and posted today. She's having a 20% off sale of her, I know it's charts. I think she said it's everything but the wood pieces. Her husband does custom woodworking, so she's having 20% off. Now, I have a discount code for 10% off. So if you're watching this after the end of July and you want to save 10%, use the code Crystal10. Now, if you go now, you will save 20%. So I know, you know, my code is less, so go ahead and save your 20%. I don't think they'll stack. You can always try. But if this is after the end of July and you're using my code, if you remember to put that in there, not only do you save 10%, but that also lets her know that you found her through my Flosstube, which, you know, is great. So, I hope that makes sense. Now, Stacey's doing pre-orders for Expo. I know I have 2 things in my cart right now. The 2 things that I'm super excited about so far, I mean, I know there's going to be so much more, but is, oh goodness, I didn't write this down. One of them is, I think it's called Autumn Smalls by Waxing Moon Designs, and the other one is Trick or Treat. Who is a designer? It is so amazing. Oh my goodness. I'll just have to put a picture because I can't think of the designer. But I saw it on Instagram, and then I saw it on Stacy's website. So those are the 2 that are like my favorite Expo pre-releases so far. So she's doing pre-orders, and she will be a vendor or a shop at Expo, I guess you would say. Not a vendor. I don't know how that works. And she can get you your Expo orders. So check out her website. She has an awesome variety of charts. So yay, Stacey. Yay, Stacey. Stacey. Oh my god. Sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm mixing Stacey and Stitchy, I think. Alright, let's get to whips. This one's kind of a mess because I just started it and there's only a few stitches, but I want to share it with y'all. The name of this design is called, it's a PDF from Etsy, Sun and Moon Dolphins. And the name of the shop is not on here, but I can link it. Alright, so there should be a picture up here since it's a PDF of what it looks like. And this is a piece of fabric that I won from Tracy of OG Stitchery. She dyed it herself. It's very cool. It's like pinks and oranges. And you really can't tell much because all I have is just some white stitching. So this is a bold pink and orange, yes. And the pattern is kind of full coverage, but I thought that it would look really cool around the edge of the pattern. And also the little bit peeking through kind of matches with the sunset and stuff. And the reason that I fell in love with this pattern is, well, some friends are stitching it, and I saw it, but then I looked closer at the pattern, and I saw the little sea turtle at the bottom. And one of the things we did on a trip is we went to the aquarium in Charleston, and they had some sea turtles there, and it just sparked that. I was like, that sea turtle is so cute. So I started that, and it's in this massive bag. It's like way too big. It's one of those fat quarter shop bags that really is like a suitcase pretty much. Alright, so my next whip, I made this bag. I'm not sure if I have shown this. This is a really cute Halloween fabric, and the little squigglies make witches and brooms, and then the background is bats, so I really like this. I made this specifically for this project. This is a project with many purposes. This is the block party Sal that I'm doing with the first two people is Tracy and Candace. Candace K and Tracy of OG Stitchery. But a ton of people have joined in with this, and not everyone is doing it as a Sal like with us, but also some people just chose block parties for Camp Cross Stitch. I always forget, is it Camp Cross Stitch 2022 or Cross Stitch Camp 2022? I always have to look at the hashtag. But it is the monthly prompts that Colorado Cross Stitcher is doing for Camp Cross Stitch. And this is how far I am. And I posted a picture. I love this. I need to get a screenshot of this. Cheese. There you go. Hide that double chin. Cheese. There we go. It's all about angles, people. Alright. This is on 28 count. I think before I said 32. Y'all, I don't even know what count this is on. I don't know. It could be 28. It could be 32. I think it's 28. Counting Black Jobelin. I have trouble seeing it. But I still like it though. So I posted a picture of this on a Facebook group this morning that said, like, show your whips. And I just noticed when I looked at the picture that this pumpkin didn't get all his stitches in his eyes. So I gotta go back and put those 2 stitches in there. I didn't even notice it until I looked at the picture. How many times have I pulled this out and worked on it and didn't even realize that? So I'm a little past halfway on the main piece. Now, I have some work to do to get this done if I want to meet the July 31st goal. But, you know, barring some kind of crazy stuff, which happens, I'll get it done. I have one other time-sensitive project to work on, and I'll be good with that. Okay, so next project is I started my first Mirabilia designs, and it is Lady Justice. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to show this to y'all. This is, I joined the Sal that Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitives and somebody else, I don't know who, because I'm behind on Flosstube, so I don't actually know the details. I only know what's on Instagram. I think it's called the Virgin Lady Sal. It could be something else. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Alright, so for Christmas, my friend got me this frame, and I've never used it. So it took me like forever to get this loaded on here. I used a YouTube tutorial, and I used to message a friend, figure out how to do it. So this is 32 count Andrew from Grace Notes Fabrics, and I love this color. Let's see if I can put something behind it. I love this color for it. And let me get some of my threads out. I made this project bag and I put it on Etsy, and it didn't. Oh, that's chart. It didn't sell, so I just took it for this project because I think it's pretty. All right, and I'm using my Stacy Stitches project card with my info on it. She has those in her shop too. So these are the thread colors, and I just love it. Which, you know, most of it is the teal. It's not going to be all these bright colors. But I just love it. So I'm happy with it. I also thought about doing it on the Constitution fabric, but I had already bought this, and I'm happy with this. So this is my first time. I always stitched in a hoop until the past couple years. So it's not that I don't know how to stitch on a frame type thing, but this is the first time I've ever used one of these. And I'm trying two-handed. So I'm using my right hand underneath my dominant hand and my left hand on top, and I really like it, but it's so slow compared to stitching in hand. But my stitches are way better. So as you can see, I only have a few stitches because I had about 3 times this, and there was a mistake, and I had to take everything out and restart it. So I'm starting at the crown of her head, and I really like this. But this thing, I have a small house, and I have nowhere to put this thing. So I'm like, what do I do with it when I'm not stitching on it? I honestly do not know. I put it over here on my stitching stuff, and I ended up, something hit it. I think one of the dogs hit the table, knocked over my cup of tea, because it was enough to jostle this, to hit my tea. Tea fell on the floor, and I'm like, ugh. I mean, I thought, well, I could put it on my sewing table. It's really too big for my sewing table. I don't know. I'm going to hang it from the ceiling, I guess. Like people hang their bicycles from the ceiling. I'm going to just hang it from the ceiling. People come in and say, like, scroll frame hanging. So, I don't know. But I feel like I'm being influenced, and I'm going to have to end up getting me a Lowry stand, because, you know. That's what this is all leading to. I stitch in hand, but now I got the bug to get a Lowry stand. I'm like, okay, first of all, I need a new sewing machine first. But it's so tempting, and I don't know. Y'all. We'll see. But I'm enjoying that. Alright, so my next project is Moonlight Sampler. This is the hashtag Moonlight Sampler sale. I use all these hashtags in my Flosstube, but I don't ever post them to Instagram because I rarely post. I think I'm borderline in that generation that's like on social media, but then it's not like super good with social media. I don't know. I just have trouble with it. So I just forget a lot to post, and so, but I stitch on this almost every day. This month I had some busy days and some different things going on, so I didn't get it every day. But I have managed to get down all the way to the bottom of the right hand of the chart. So I'm super excited. I love it. This is on 40 count Winter Wren by Fox and Rabbit. So now I'm going to go back up and start on this part, and I need to do this right here probably. But that's going to be super boring, so I'm going to just break it up and do a little bit at a time and just do like this, and just continue down the right side. So this is a side with Courtney of Stitches Please. Courtney just hit 200 subscribers, but y'all go if you're not already subscribed. And I put, oh, I have a Facebook group. Okay, I forgot to talk about this. I'm so excited. You guys gave me some positive feedback on starting a Facebook group, so I did. And like I said, I'm not super good with, it's not that I don't know how to use social media. It's just that, like, I get distracted, and I don't know. I get on there in the middle of the night when nobody's on there, and then I think, well, it's not really a good time to post. I don't know. Like, I wake up at like 4 in the morning, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should post something. And I'm like, no, you're half asleep. Don't post. I don't know. So, I'm going off on a lot of rabbit trails today, y'all. I need to calm down. It's called Crystal Rose Flosstube Friends. Now, I was a little worried about using the words Flosstube Friends because that is a chart. But, like, I honestly, that's how I felt. I felt like it's for my Flosstube friends. So, I hope Beth Twist doesn't sue me for copyright. I'm not selling it. Not making money off of it. But y'all are my Flosstube friends. So whether you have a Flosstube or you watch on Flosstube, and so far I'm really loving it. You know, there's like maybe around 60 people in the group. But you know, whether it's 10, 60, 300, I just want people to have a good time. So I want you to feel free to post your stitching, to ask questions, to get feedback from other stitchers. You know, the only thing I ask is that you don't sell anything. Now, I am going to have a D-stash post. So on the first of the month, and for some reason I forget, somebody can message me and remind me if you don't see it. But on the first of the month, there's going to be a D-stash post. So if you want to D-stash something, if you want to sell something cross-stitch related, you can post it in that post, and we'll keep that up for the whole month. And then September 1st, I will close that thread and we'll start a new one. And that way you can have, like, you know, your own D-stash thing. So if you want to sell something on there, you are completely cross-stitch related, okay? Not like Ray-Ban sunglasses. Not timeshares. If you want to sell something stitchy related, just use that D-stash post. Like, I have some cross-stitch bags on Etsy, and if they don't sell, then, you know, I could throw those bags on there. It doesn't have to be like old charts. It can be anything cross-stitch related that you want to sell. And maybe every few months, maybe we'll do like just crafting or something, but I want to try to keep it stitching related at first. So if you want to join, the link will be in the description box. There's a couple questions like who's your favorite designer, just so that spammers don't get in. If they put like Versace, we know they're a spammer. I mean, and no judgment. You put whoever no judging on who your favorite designer is. I'm just looking to make sure that you're a cross stitcher. That's all. And that you read the rules, because basically the rules are like, be nice, don't bully, keep it on topic. Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited. I know there's a ton of Facebook pages out there, and there's, you know, you may just not want another Facebook page. That's fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings. And I tell you, who else has a great page is Stacy. Her Stacy Stitches Creative Studio Community Group. I can't think of her official page, what the whole title is, but I'll link it too. And something I forgot to mention about Stacy is that she is posting what's new in my shop videos on YouTube, and they're like 2 minutes long, and it's a really nice slideshow with good music. I'll tell you what, I turned that on. It was like 2 minutes, and I'm like, it was soothing me. I'm like, oh, this is so relaxing. Just looking at the charts and the music. I actually could watch it for like an hour. Well, it would put me to sleep in a good way. It was so relaxing. So she has those little videos, which I think is great, because if you are behind on Flosstube and you want to see what's new in her shop, you can just watch the 2-minute video. Alright. Next, this is the Fat Quarter Shop Boo Crew. Now, I'm only showing this. I haven't put any more stitches in this, I think. Maybe I did one time. I have to look back at my other video. So this is where I'm at now. I feel like this is where I was at in my last video. This is on Red Thicket Quarry. I think it's a... I should have a tag in here. Because I made the little Staceys. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. My thing. 28 count Quarry by Red Thicket. And so here's the thing. I'm going to pop a picture up. They released the full pattern out. And what happened is I was stitching this. I took this on my trip to Charleston thinking I would get some work on it. No, there was no time for stitching. We'll talk about that later. But they came out with it, and it says B-O, and then the second O is a cauldron. Now, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I cannot look at this chart without saying Bow Crew. To me, my brain does not say boo when it looks at that cauldron. I know it's supposed to be an O, but I see Bow Crew, not Boo Crew. So... maybe it's because I live down here in the South where we have Bojangles. I don't know. But, which, by the way, Bojangles is really good. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this O, which this has a witch's hat. I'm just going to copy the base of the O, and I'm going to put it right here. Mine's going to say Boo Cauldron Crew. So, I'm going to continue to keep this whip out because I really would like to keep working on that through Halloween. Maybe get it done. Sorry, my nose is itching. Allergies. Yeah, so I'm going to change that. I'm just going to add another O to it. So, you know. You tell me, do you see Boo Crew or do you see Bow Crew? This was one of my Jolly July or Christmas in July stitching projects that I pulled, and I barely put any stitches in it. I just wasn't feeling it. So, the day that I pulled it out, I think what I did is I worked on this house. It wasn't a ton. This is where I am overall. So, yeah, I just wasn't in the mood to work on it. So this Christmas in July was like Christmas-ish in July. It was a little bit of Christmas. Not a lot. There actually wasn't a ton of stitching. I have missed a lot of stitching time with just other things going on. Alright, so I think this came the day after I filmed last time. And I love it. So this is the August Hilltop Stitching Club, which y'all know I love. This is Pine Mountain Designs from Pine Needles, Utah, the quilt shop. This is a monthly series. And I saw this before I got it because somebody was telling me how cute it was. And I said, mine's still in the mail. Will you send me a picture? So I fell in love with it. And I saved this for my start when we went to Charleston because we were going to the beach there, and I got almost no stitching done. So basically on my trip I had 5 stitches right here, and then on the way home I did like this, and then later on I did this. So this is where I'm at, and sorry. I was reading a message from my phone. So, I probably won't get this done in July. It'll probably be a little bit in August. Because I have 2 other things I need to finish. But I love it. It's so cute. I keep saying that this one's my favorite. It's one of my favorite. This is, I don't know. I love Uncle Sam. So I think it's equals Uncle Sam. So yeah. And this is the finishing pack that came with it. So it's really cute. Bright colors. Love it. Alright, so my next one is, this is my hashtag Dancer Sal that Courtney, I think Courtney started it. A bunch of people started it. Candace K and Tracy and I started this. And was this what started our sales? No. If Pumpkins Could Fly is what the first one we did. And then this is the second one. And now we have our third one that we've done together. But this is from Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher Magazine. Last year in the winter one. It's from Barbanna Designs. And I got some done on this, but I had to take out a bunch of stitches. So I should have a picture of where it was. And what I did is I brought this down and did his like snout area, and I did the lantern. And then I had to unpick this around his eye because it was incorrect. So, I don't have a ton left. And this happens to be a whip go call for August. So, I should be able to finish it since it's a whip go call. So, that worked out. And I may just finish that in a hoop. I think that's the way it is in the picture. Yeah. It's finished in a hoop in the picture. And I like that. So... Oh, and my fabric is 32 count sparkle. 32 count sparkle. I think it's just called Sparkle Belfast. I ordered that from 123 Stitch. My pile's getting higher. It's getting lower over here. And we lost some red thread from something. Red flies. My next one is another Sal. Doing all the Sals. This is hashtag Believe in Christmas Sal. Several of y'all have joined in, which is so exciting. And oh my goodness, I just realized. Y'all, I'm so bad. My second giveaway, the other giveaway winner was mailed like the day after I had the video. If you're watching this, okay, today I'm going to mail your Cindy. I'm going to mail your thing. I'm so sorry. I just realized I have not mailed it. Man. And I can't find the cover of my card. Alright. This is the Believe in Christmas Sal. And I am stitching this on 14 count sandstone from Red Thicket. And let me tell you what. I love it. Look at those colors against that fabric. I want more of this fabric. This is kind of like how coffee tea dye just makes everything look good. This is an elevated coffee tea dye. Sort of like vintage country mocha. It's just the perfect shade for whites, brights, like, look how good that white looks. Because it's so hard to get a fabric where your white stitching shows up that's not too dark. And I love it. So, I need to get this in a couple different counts. I thought about using this for Kringles. I don't know if I'm going to go with gray or brown. So, I'm thinking about what I'm going to start in. I am doing... Sorry, I got something in my eye. I'm going to be doing... I turn 43 next year. I'm going to be doing 43 new starts next year, probably. With some friends that are doing the new starts for their birthdays. So it sounds like a lot, but when you think about it, that's like 3.5 a month. I do that anyway. So I think it's just a little bit more. So some of them are small or series. I think I can do it. I mean, I'm not going to finish them all. So I'm going to be kitting up Kringles. That's the one big one that I know I'm going to do. And I'm going to start Hawk Run Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. So I don't even have the pattern yet. But that's one of the big starts I'm going to do. And I just have a few big ones. The rest of them are going to be small. So yeah. But I love this. And I love that fabric. So I wanted to get like a bigger piece to cut up for different projects. Now I just pulled this out one night. But I really enjoy stitching on it. This is an oldie but a goodie. Y'all haven't seen this in a long time. This is my Barbanna and Night of All Fears. Not Night of All Fears. Barbanna and New World. Part 1. I'm going to just recap in case you're new here. Part 1. It's a 5-part series. I should have put a picture here by now of the completed thing. Part 1 was the Night of All Fears. So I finished that. The second part, which goes beneath it, is Plentiful Meadows. And that's the one that I pulled out and was working on. So this is where I'm at. So I just have this section to fill in. I have a few little things to go back and fix on this side, like some tree branches and some flowers or something, some eyeballs. So I was really excited to get that out. This is on 32 count Belfast dark cobblestone. So I'm using the called for fabric for each one. This pattern is from creativepoppy.com. And this is 32 count. I think it's called Purple Passion or Passion Purple. So I hope that shows up in editing as pretty as it shows up there, because that purple looks great. So they go like this. When you get them all done, you sew them together and it'll be 5 rows. So that's exciting. So I've got that back out. I had put that away for quite a while. If I can't find that picture, I forget. This is what it looks like right there. I already have my fabrics for the next 3 pieces. And they all use the same colors of floss, so that makes it easy. I love Barbanna. Okay, this is my last whip for this month. Y'all, I'm sorry. Something is itching my nose like crazy. This is, I'm doing this with Allison, who is AllieCat13 on Instagram. This is the Glad Tidings Sal. This is Glad Tidings by Lindy Stitches. I started with this one, which I call it Gloria, but I don't think it has its own name. I just call it that because it's what it says. And I love this. I am stitching this on Red Thicket again. Sky blue. I want y'all to look at how gorgeous this fabric is. Chicken wing. Chicken wing. Sky blue. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And I swear it's like, it shows up pretty accurate, but I'm just telling you what, it's so pretty. This is another one that looks good with so many patterns. So this is where I am so far. This is a dinky dye, and this is a dinky dye. And it's a mixture of dinky dyes. Let's see. I'm using the called for fabrics. Called for floss. It's a mixture of dinky dyes, Classic Colorworks, and DMC. So, now I did substitute this with Week Style Works Aqua, which I love it. I talked about that in my last Flosstube, and it's one of my it's probably my most favorite color. So I really love the effect of this dinky dye right here. That color is called Whoop Whoop. Whoop Whoop. W-O-O-P, W-O-O-P. And this one's called Dinky Dyes Rose Bay. So for my dinky dyes, I keep those in the plastic bags. they come in. I just punched a hole in the bag. So, like, this is the whoop whoop. These are some of the other colors that are called for. And then these are the classic color works. And that's the Week Style Works Aqua. And then on my DMC, I made one of these for my DMC. So I love that. I don't know if I'll stitch the second chart. I like it, but I love this one. So I may just stitch this one. We'll see. And that's it for my whips. I have one more to show you just because it is a whip go call for August. So the first one was Dancer. The other one is Santa's Village. Now I was just watching. I'm way behind on Flosstube. And yesterday I was sewing bags, so I was getting caught up, and I was getting caught up on Stacy. And she has this as a whip. And she was trying to figure out how to stitch hers. Like, how many or whatever. So this is where mine left off. This is on 14 count beige. There we go. So I had this whole row done. Now, when I first started this, I was going to do the whole thing here. But now my conundrum is, do I really want to put that much time into this? Because this is 4. I would have 8 more to do. And that's a lot of stitching. When I first kitted this up and was going to do it, I was a little bit earlier into getting back in cross stitching, and there's other things I want to stitch now. So I think, am I willing to put away other things in order to make this big? Or do I just finish it like this? Because I think it looks great. I've got Mrs. Claus. I've got Santa Claus. I could just do this, and be done with it. And that would be really pretty to hang up on the wall. So I'm looking at it right now, y'all, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I should just finish this, find me a board at Hobby Lobby. I can display it at Christmas, and then I can move on to other projects, because there's even more Country Cottage Needleworks and Little House Needleworks ones that I like this. I like Glitter Village. I like the Nutcracker Village. I like what else? There's Gingerbread, Nutcracker. I can't think. There's Little House Needleworks too. They have the Farmhouse, Fall on the Farm. I love Fall on the Farm, and this actually would probably be enough fabric left to do Fall on the Farm. So yeah, I think I will just finish it as is. So Stacy, if you're watching, I think I'm just gonna do this. So I don't think I want to do 8 more. This is what it would look like if I did finish it. It's cute. That's a lot of work. I have so many whips I want to do. And if I start Kringles, that's a huge project. So I think I'll just leave it at that. So we're going to call this a finish. I said I didn't have any finishes, but I do. Santa's Village. Alright, guys. So, real quick, I'm going to go over... no, I'll save that for later. I want to do Stitchy Kindness now. So, first, this came in the mail. This is a circle of thanks. Somebody wins a giveaway, and you send a giveaway, and then they send you a thank you card. And I didn't come up with that. I know. I stole that from Pam and Steph at Just Keep Stitching. So, this beautiful card came in the mail, which almost makes me want to cry. I don't know if she knows this, because I don't know how long she's been watching. And we all love cardinals? Okay, we all love cardinals. Cardinals are special to all of us. It's not a unique thing. There's a lot of significance in cardinals. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, first of all, cardinals are just beautiful. Y'all, I'm sorry. I know it's annoying. I keep scratching my nose, but something is getting me right now. I don't know if it's something from one of my bags or something outside, but it's like seriously itching my nose. Okay, but Christine, I don't know how long you've been watching me, but y'all that are old school know that I stitched Winter Rose Manor for my mom, which I have yet to put in the frame. And I did a male cardinal and a female cardinal. Okay, they're in the pattern. But the significance of the male cardinal and female cardinal were me and my brother. My brother passed away in 2018, and my mom has always called us her baby birds. So, anytime I see male, female cardinal, that's what I think of. So this is the card. Has a male and female cardinal. And a sweet note. And she sent me the Flosstube stickers. This is from Paper Minty Studios. And what's funny is I bought these and I love them, but I cut them up and I put them into giveaways like over time. So now I have my own set. And my favorite one is the computer. I love it. So thank you so much for the circle of thanks. I love it. I appreciate it. That's from Christine, Crisscross Stitches. Not crisscross. Oh, yeah. Look at this envelope. How pretty. No. So, okay. Then, another day, I go out in the mailbox, and there's this bright yellow. It's laying on this side, so I can't see who it's from. And I'm like, I figured Mike must have ordered something. So, I was like, oh, what's that? And I flip it over, and it says Janet Jabber as a return address. And it's heavy, y'all. It's like, y'all feel that? I'm like, that's not a needle minder. I don't know what that is. But that's heavy. Let's see if it has the weight on here. No, it doesn't have the weight. Okay. So, I'm like, what in the world? So I opened it, and Janet sent me a baggie of washers. And there's different sizes in here. Most of them are the standard size, and some of them are a little bit smaller. And I was like, oh my gosh, because my last Flosstube, I talked about how I didn't have any washers for finishing. So I just hot glued it. So, thank you, Janet, for all the washers. I thought that was hilarious. And it was so sweet. I mean, like, 50 things I ramble on about, and she heard me say that I didn't have any washers, and she mailed me some. So, that's my happy mail. So, thank you guys so much. I have a tiny bit of haul. Did I do the giveaway? I recorded the giveaway for my video. That's why I was thinking I did it. So, first, let's do this giveaway of the chalkboard fabric. There is a few stitches on here. I screen recorded me doing the giveaway. I will pause and insert it. So hang on. Okay, that was a millisecond, but you should have seen a video of me getting the winner. And so Rachel, congratulations. And so yeah, I am happy to send this to someone. And one thing, I forgot to read her comment out loud, but she said that she uses a light box sometimes on fabric so she can see. So I think that's a good tip, because my big issue was I can't see. And light comes through this fabric. See how much light? But my eyes can't differentiate of where the X's go. Does that make sense? Like, I can't divide it out into the stitching area. So it's just really hard for me to stitch on. My haul is tiny. It's from the dollar store. And this is what I got. They have cutting mats at the this is Dollar Tree. And I didn't actually get this to cut on because I have a 7-inch square cutting mat that rotates that I use for little things. What I got this for was for my hot glue gun, so that I could use it as a base for my hot glue gun, and then when the glue kind of drips out, I can just, you know, peel it off and throw it away when it's dry. So I thought this would make a great base for a hot glue gun. And then, and if I need it as a cutting mat, I have it. But I'm going to assume, since this was $1, that it's not self-healing. And once it gets cut into, it's going to have a groove. So that's why I wasn't worried about the cutting mat, because you don't want a cutting mat that's not self-healing, because your rotary blade will get caught in those grooves and it's not good. Because the first mat I had was a Fiskars mat that was not self-healing, and that thing I messed up so much fabric and blades on that thing. So I have an Olfa one now that's healing, and that's my favorite. So, and then the other thing I got at the dollar store were also for my hot glue gun. I got another pack of 3 that I already opened of the silicone finger covers to save your fingers. Now, I only use one. But Stormy, if I leave them on the table, Stormy likes to play with them. So that's why I need to get me another pack, because I had 3, I'm down to 1, so now I have 4. But if you're like me and you're a hot glue gun klutz and impatient, you need these things, because I can just glue and press with my finger to hold it down. I don't have to worry about burning my finger. I mean, this thing's tough, and they're $1. So if you have a Dollar Tree, they are in the craft section. Even if you have one of the smaller Dollar Trees, we don't have the nice Dollar Trees. We have the crappy Dollar Trees. They still have these. So $1 to save your skin. Do it. It's worth it. Alright, so I'm going to show you some bags I made. Now, these may not be available by the time you're seeing this, but if they are and you like them, I mean, just go check and look at my Etsy and see if they're there. So, the reason I want to show them on here is because I take pictures of these with my husband's iPhone, because he has the best camera phone of any of us. But even with that, it is so hard to take pictures of vinyl bags, because they reflect and it doesn't show, it puts the focus on the reflection of the vinyl instead of the actual bag. So I was hoping if I showed them on Flosstube, you could get a better look. So I put these in my Etsy shop last night. As of filming, I put 6, one of them sold. As of filming, this is what is left in my shop. This is Blackbird Designs, Threads That Bind. So this is the first bag. And each one has a 7-inch thread bed that coordinates. So what I tried to do was, if one of them had the sampler fabric in the bag, it got a plain thread bed. If it didn't have a sampler fabric, I tried to put a sampler fabric thread bed. Didn't work out for every single bag, but these are 11 by 14. This is the back fabric. And then I have my little Handmade by Crystal wrap. Alright, and I feel like it's well made. Like, I'm not the best bag maker in the world, but I think I do a good job. So, these, I did have to go up on my price because my materials went up a lot. So that is why, if you have bought a bag from me previously and you notice that, that's why. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. It's just literally the cost of materials has went up. So this is the second one. It has the brown colorway with roses, and it has the sampler thing. 7-inch thread bed. I use these for my little pieces like this to throw back in my bag. See? What if that failed? That'd be embarrassing. Like, watch this! Doesn't work. No, they work. This is another brown colorway that has a sampler fabric. Look at that. So pretty. And this one has a green thread bed. This one is one that was hard to photograph because in person I absolutely love it, and it was hard to get those colors across in the picture because this red and the vinyl just did not photograph well. So let me try to open it up so you can see. It's really pretty pinstriping. And then this has a blue, the navy blue. I like the navy blues or red. I know this doesn't have any blue, but this is all from the same collection, the Threads That Bind. Okay, and this is the last one I have to show you. It is navy blue. So that's the back. That's the front. And this is the matching thread bed. So these are in my Etsy right now. So if you like those, go check those out. I put a lot of love into making those. Okay, so Stitchy time's over. I'm going to get a drink and tell you about our trip. So we haven't been on vacation in a long time. We used to take like a week vacation, go to the beach when Parker was a baby and toddler. And then it just felt like things just kept happening every year. My mom was sick. I was sick. Mike couldn't get off work. We didn't have the money. Just like everything kept happening. Cars were broke down. So we haven't had a vacation in a long time. And Mike had this work conference in Charleston, South Carolina, which is 3 hours from us. And he said he wanted me and Parker to ride with him because the hotel's already paid for. We just had to pay for our own meals and entertainment. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. So we left on Thursday. We spent Thursday night, Friday night, and came home on Saturday. Now, we crammed a whole week's worth of stuff into those days. I mean, we went non-stop, and we had a blast. So Thursday, we stayed. I don't know how familiar you guys are with Charleston. Charleston's a beautiful city. It's very historic, and there are beaches there. So we stayed on King Street, which King Street is a real happening street and tons of shopping and stuff. So we stayed on King Street in a hotel, and hotel had a pool, which was Parker's favorite thing. So Thursday, Mike had to work, so we didn't even leave until probably 4 o'clock on Thursday. We literally had not even 48 hours, but we had so much fun. We drove down Thursday, and we got there in time to go. We got our room. It was 8 o'clock or something about the time we got in our room and everything. And we said, okay, let's go for a walk and go find something to eat. Now, we live in a small town, and Parker does not have a lot of experience with being out and about. So for him, he just had a blast. It was, I was worried because there were a lot of people around. The clubs were starting to open up, so it was sort of like a transition from, there were still families out, but people who were going out to party, because there were tons of bachelorette parties and all that. It was like a mixture. So I was worried it was going to be too much for him, but he was so excited because in his mind, he literally begs me to move to New York City at least once a week. He just does not. He says he doesn't want to be a country boy. He doesn't want to live in a small town. He wants to live in a city. So he was just looking around. He was so excited, and we found a place to eat where we could eat outside because the inside was way too loud with the music. So we got something to eat, and he was just he was loving it. And we went back to the hotel. Did I take him swimming that night? Okay, I think we did. It was too late to go swimming that night. So Friday morning, we got it. Oh, and the hotel room was one where you have like a little kitchenette, kind of like an extended stay, but it wasn't an extended stay. It was like a little 1-bedroom apartment. So Parker was like, I want to live here. I love this. He was so happy. I mean, he was just like over the moon. He just felt so grown and he just loved it. So, I mean, we got a lot of joy out of watching his reaction to things that we just take for granted. So Friday morning, Mike had to go to his meetings for the day. So he left, and Parker and I had a day together. So first I took him swimming in the hotel pool. Well, he had a Dr. Pepper, like, with a lid, and I threw it in my pool bag, and we both went swimming, and I get out of the pool to dry off, and the bottom of the pool bag is a puddle of Dr. Pepper with my phone laying in it. So I had taken a couple pictures before that happened, so I did have a couple pictures, but so because it was Dr. Pepper and not just water, the rice trick did not work. I completely lost my phone, which I'd only had for like a month. So I didn't have a phone for the rest of the trip. I had switched the SIM card so that my number would work on Parker's phone, just so my mom could get a hold of me. But as far as like pictures, apps, anything like that, I essentially didn't have a phone. So that sucked, but at least we had Parker's phone, to take with us for emergency. So we went swimming, and then we got done with that. We got ready, and we walked down the street, and I took him to Starbucks, which he thought, we have the Starbucks here, but there's a big difference for him between going to the Starbucks inside, like where we live, in the next town over, or like walking down the city, going to the city Starbucks in Charleston. Like, he just thought that was so big. So we got Starbucks, and then we took the bus to the aquarium. It's like the free tourist bus that goes around the city, and he loved that. He thought, it was literally just a regular city bus, and he thought it was so big. He was so excited. So we took the bus to the aquarium. He was just like, he loved it. He did not love the aquarium. It was so crowded, and there were babies everywhere. He does not like babies. If y'all have never watched me before, my son is autistic. Okay, so he has a thing against babies. He doesn't want to be around them. He doesn't like the way they sound. He hates the cries. He hates babbling. So there was just a sea of babies. It was like, take your baby to the aquarium day. And then there were strollers everywhere. Everybody brought the biggest, strollers I've ever seen in my life. And you couldn't get to the exhibits because it was just like strollers. And he was so frustrated. He just grabbed my hand like this, and he pulled me through the aquarium. I barely got to look at the sea turtles. I barely got him to look at a shark. And the aquarium wasn't really that great. I'm going to be honest. I would not recommend this aquarium unless you had a good discount. It was like $60 for me and him to go. And we weren't, especially with him being frustrated, we weren't even there maybe 30 minutes, if that. We spent 4 times the amount of time on the bus than we did in the aquarium. So the one good thing is, once we got outside, we sat down. It's in the eating area is like on the harbor in Charleston, so that was really pretty. And it was an overcast day, so we were just sitting outside. I may have a picture of that from his phone. And we were eating some his Starbucks treats that we had brought in with us. And right next to us was a stingray where you can pet the stingray. So he did enjoy that. So you take 2 fingers and you can pet the stingrays, and they feel really slimy and they're cute. I call them water cats because they come up for pets like this. So he enjoyed that. But otherwise, now I know, like, we're not going back. We're not going back there. The other aquariums I've been to are so much nicer. And I hate to be negative, but, like, I wouldn't want somebody to watch this and be like, take their whole family there and spend all that money. Because there was just 2 of us. So if you have, like, 2 or 3 kids and a spouse with you or a grandparent, I don't know. Go find something else to do. So after that, we went back to the hotel. I tried to rest. He would not let me rest. He wanted to go back to the pool. He loved the pool. So he went swimming again. And then we took the bus. Mike came home from his meeting. It was dinner time. So we took the bus back down to the main area where, you know, they call it it's Market Street. It's where the market is and, like, a lot of the historic stuff. If you've ever seen the picture of Rainbow Row, I'll try to put a picture up here. If you've never been to Charleston, that's where Rainbow Row is. The Battery. So, like, you probably recognize that from pictures and paintings and stuff. We were, I don't know, a couple blocks from there. And we went and had dinner. And we were at the seafood restaurant. And it's really good. We've been there before when Parker was little. And the owner came by and she had these coupons for ice cream. I'm sorry if this is going long. This is a special story, though. She had these coupons for ice cream for the kids. And I'm pretty sure, like, they do it every night. They go around and they give all the kids these little coupons to go to their general store and get a scoop of ice cream for free. And then it gets you in the general store and you spend money. So she comes up and she sees us sitting there and she says, she has this coupon for ice cream, and he perks up like he's never had ice cream before. And she says, look, I'm going to give you this, but before you do, I want you to tell your mom that you love her. Now, Parker doesn't tell me he loves me. He doesn't hug me, and he doesn't tell me he loves me. And it's one of the hardest things about being an autism mom is not hearing that, you know, and not getting hugs. So before Mike and I could say, oh, he doesn't say that, to give her a warning, he goes, I love you. Now, he was bribed, but I don't care. I have tried to bribe that child to tell me he loves me. Believe me, on Christmas and Mother's Day, my birthday, I try. I said, can you just tell me? Can you just tell me? No, he's not going to. So he goes, I love you, and I just start bawling. And I'm like, she's looking at me like, what'd I do? And I'm like, no, you don't understand, he doesn't tell me, he's never told me he loves me before. And she's like, he's never told you that? And I'm like, no. I mean, when he was like, just learning to talk, and he would repeat what we'd say, and you'd say, I love you, he would say, I love you, but he didn't know what it meant. As soon as he realized what it meant, he couldn't say it anymore. So, or he didn't say it anymore. So, I was like, he doesn't say that. I don't get hugs. And she's like, okay, I'll give you another coupon if you go give your mom a hug. And he's looking at her, and he's looking at me. He's looking at the coupon, and I could see him thinking, I don't think this is worth it. And it was like, you could hear like an invisible clock ticking like this. I said, it's okay, you don't have to hug me. He was like, okay. So that was the most memorable part, was that he said that. So, and I know he did it for the ice cream. I don't care. To hear those words, like, I don't care. It was awesome. So after that, he got his ice cream, and then he wanted to go to a candy store. He loves going to, like when I've been somewhere or something, he likes getting this candy. It's like Legos that's candy, and you can stack it. And he really wanted some of that. So they had a candy store that sold like tons of candy, but they were closed. So we took him to the other one that was close by, and they didn't have it. So he picked out some other candy he wanted. And so we just kind of like walked around the area, and Mike went in the shop. We just kind of like walked around. There's all kinds of people playing music outside, live music. million people around. Everybody and their brother were out walking, but it was really nice. And so by then we went back to the hotel, and by the time we got back, it was time to just like pretty much go to bed. And then, then it was Saturday morning. That's when we had to check out. So we ate breakfast, checked out that was another thing. The hotel breakfast, he thought that was like super nice too. Which it was a nice breakfast, but he was like, you know, he was like living his best life eating that hotel breakfast. And then we went to the beach, which was so much fun because I love the beach. Mike hates the beach. Mike, I'm kind of pale, but Mike grew up like Parker. They're like transparent and they burn. And so Mike has always had a thing against the beach because he's always gotten burnt at the beach. He'd rather be in the mountains with shade. So anyway, but he's a good sport. So we went to the beach. We went to Kiwa Island. And it's not that far away, but it took quite a while to drive. It took us like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes to drive. And it was a public access, so we drug all our stuff out there and we stayed for a few hours. I put sunscreen on Parker over and over and over, but he still burned. He's peeling. I felt so bad because I literally was like, I was trying my best to keep that child in sunscreen, but he still burned. But he had a ball, and we did not get 1 second of rest. He went 90 miles an hour. He was like that the whole 2 days. He just was like, go, 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 go. He did not want to. He just constantly wanted to be in the pool or in the ocean. So he was trying to kill himself in the beginning because he would not listen to us. He's just in the beginning stages of learning to swim. So he can be in the shallow end where he can pop himself back up and he can doggy paddle and he can float and he can do a little bit of this while he's floating. He is not a strong swimmer. So with the ocean, you know, of course, we went over the rules on the way there. When we got there, we said, this is how far you can go out. You have to be with us. But he said, I'm going to keep going. Like, he literally kept going deeper, deeper, deeper. And I thought I was going to have a heart attack. My anxiety, I was like, oh my God. Because when he was about 3 years old, he went under the water at the beach. And I will never forget it. We could not see him. My friend's brother that was on vacation with us reached down into the water and pulled him up like this. And he was just spitting out. This was a beach with a lot of like rocks and shells. He was just spitting out shells. It was the scariest moment. So all I could see was him getting trapped under a wave with the rip current or whatever it's called. But he, the first time he got some salt water in his eyes, he started to listen to us a little bit better and he backed up. We stayed with him. Sometimes both of us, sometimes one of us, we like took breaks. Because, you know, swimming in the ocean will wear you out. So it was like, I'd stay out there for a little bit, and then Mike'd stay out there a little bit, and then we'd both be out there. And he just went nonstop until he was exhausted. So it was only about lunchtime, and we said, okay, we got to start packing up and get home. So he had some trouble. When it was time to leave, he was so tired, he said he couldn't walk back to the car. So we had some issues there. That was probably the only bad time of the trip, is he was just completely had a meltdown. But it's to be expected. He was exhausted. So that's our 48-hour trip. We drove home. It was a much needed break, and you know, even I talked to my dad, and my dad said, you know, sometimes it's the best way to do it. He's like, sometimes a couple days is better than a whole week. And I'm like, yeah, we had a good time. So if you're still with me after all that, thanks for listening. So yeah, we did that, and then we came home, rested, and then he started school. So they do a year-round schedule here. They have 9-week quarters. So he started his first 9 weeks, and they get a shorter break in the summer, but they get more breaks during the year. So that's how it works. So he's back at school And I'm excited for him. My plan is to substitute teach. I have gotten accepted with the company that does the substituting. I just have to go get my TB test, and I will be subbing part-time at the school. I'm still taking college classes, so I'll be doing that too. And my mom is doing good. She's not had any major problems. So yeah, I have I've just been busy with stuff that's going on at home, and just normal stuff. So but anyway, I appreciate you guys. I have no idea how long this video is going to be because of my long talk, but I only have a few pictures because of my phone dying, and then us being too busy to really get pictures when we were all together. But the few that I have, I'll insert in the video to share with y'all. And I hope you have a great week. And that's it. I think I hit everything. Oh, Parker has a birthday coming up. He turns 12 on August 5th. He'll be 12 years old. So hopefully the weather will be nice. I think his birthday's on a Friday. So probably the Saturday, if it's nice, we'll take him to the water park, because that's what we did last year. He loved it. So, oh, my phone says, I hope this isn't an hour and a half. I'm sorry if it is. Hopefully it's an hour. I don't know the time because it keeps starting a new video because I'm going so long. So yeah, we're going to try to take him to the water park, and, he wants to miss school that day, but he's not missing school that day. He's going to have to wait a day. Alright, so yeah, my baby's going to be 12. It's crazy. Alright, guys, thank you for listening to me ramble, and go check out the Facebook group if you want to join. I'd love for y'all to join, and I will catch you next time. Bye.